Hello, folks, folks, whatever. I even screwed that one up. Anyway, today I'm gonna go through some comments, some YouTube comments of videos about Israel. Specifically, I chose three videos with interviews, recent interviews of Netanyahu, Israel's prime minister. Um, Today is the 28th of August, 2025. And I want to preface this. Preface? What the fuck? It's late. Look, I want to say, first of all, that everybody has his bias. I'm a Jewish Israeli. So, of course, my family is here, my friends, my culture, and stuff like that. So, of course, I'm going to side with Israel. But, however, nevertheless, okay, I refuse to lie. Okay. So, for instance, if there is some egregious thing that's happened, for instance, if by mistake, because I think 99% of the times it is by mistake. If by mistake, for instance, IDF soldiers kill like innocent civilians and stuff like that, I won't try to deny it. I won't try to lie about it. Do you understand what I mean? Because I stand for the truth. Okay. The worst I can do is like not talk about it, because I don't wanna give bad publicity and stuff like that, right? But I'm not gonna lie. And the other side, our enemies, they lie like crazy. They manipulate. I assure you that's what they do. That psychological warfare is rampant. And I know that many people hate Jews and hate Israel, and then they just choose to side with their enemies. But then I'm mainly speaking to people who don't really don't really hate Israel, but they just look at the news, look at all kinds of um, let us say, news outlets, which many of them are propaganda, and they get influenced by it, right? So I'm not I'm not talking to people who just chose a side. Okay, if you just chose to hate Israel because there are many, you could have all kinds of reasons, and hate the Jews. Go do you, right? I'm not. I have nothing to say to you right now, right? But if you're just either confused or have been brainwashed by media, these are the people I want to talk to. Um, Israel is not perfect, but if you compare Israel to other countries or to its neighbors in this neighborhood that we live in, it's close to a saint. It really is. I mean, you know. Um, okay, so what I'm going to do now is just go. I haven't practiced this. I haven't this. I don't know. I'll just try to react to just open a few interviews on YouTube with Netanyahu and see what the comments are. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, this is by PBD podcast. It has like 2.7 million subscribers. A recent interview from August. This about Netanyahu. Okay, the Gaza war, blah blah. Okay, and here it's written Netanyahu admits genocide, but it's just clickbaited. He didn't. He wasn't even asked about it, so I don't know. It's kind of, but whatever. So the interview, I watched this. The interview was good. Netanyahu at the end, Netanyahu um, acknowledged Armenian genocide by the Turks. Um, Many years Israel wouldn't officially acknowledged that genocide, but that was only for political reasons because Turkey, uh, which is a very, very strong power in this area, uh, was pressuring anybody against, not to acknowledge this genocide. But of course, most Israelis, we recognize it, but just not officially, the state. So now, in this interview, Netanyahu, at the end of the interview, he recognized, and it's about time, right? Because I understand politics. I understand we have to be careful. We're a small country, blah blah blah. But we shouldn't play this. We should have never played this thing. We should have acknowledged this genocide. I read the book 100 Days and something. I forgot the name about it's a good book about the Armenian genocide. And okay, it's an uncomfortable truth for the Turks, right? For the Turkey, but whatever, Germans don't like the Nazis did a genocide, but it doesn't mean the German government they acknowledge it. They don't pressure and they don't say that they're gonna do something to countries that say, what that's just a bully move by the Turkish government. That's what it is, and I don't think Israel should have capitulated to that. There were times that we had better relations with Turkey, and I understand that they wanted to, to keep that, but not in expense of truth, and especially in this matter, we should have whatever stood up for the truth, and I'm glad that at last here Netanyahu does that, and he said that the Knesset also passed some law about it, that we acknowledge the genocide. Anyway, let's look at the comments. Okay, 13,000 likes. That's not that much for, and I can't see the dislikes right now, but there are a lot, I guess. And here we go. Pure evil personified. Wow. They're speaking about Netanyahu. Okay, Michael Barbituate. I don't know what the. Anyway, and then here's Epstein didn't come up at all. Okay, I guess, if you ask me about the Epstein thing, yes, maybe he was a Mossad agent, because also there was a thing about Ehud Barak, the former prime minister of Israel, who was seen there, although many people were seen there. And also, I don't know, but if you ask me my opinion, if it was an intelligence, if he was an intelligent operative, I'm sure it was at least a joint operation with CIA and Mossad. And also that can explain why the U.S. government and Trump, they don't want to talk about it, right? Because I'm pretty sure it was a joint operation, right? But of course, it's always the Jews, it's always Israel, the blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever. So Epstein, okay. Not here. Lol, Israel fights our war. Why didn't you ask him why Israel never sent one area to help in the war in Afghanistan and Iraq? I don't. We're like a country. I think in the Afghanistan war, it was like we had like 5 million Jews here. Pretty much, we were fighting for our survival. We're still fighting for our survival, and you want us to go and that's the comparison is ridiculous. America is number one country, empire in the world, and whatever, man. It's just ridiculous, man. And also, I'm not asking for any American to come fight our wars for us. But this statement, Israel fights our war, because Netanyahu, what he said was that what we're fighting here with radical Islam, stuff like that, is actually the war of the West. And that's correct. 100% is correct. And if, God forbid, there wasn't no Israel, I mean, first, Europe, I don't know, it's already half invaded. But I mean, they're coming for you, guys. They're coming for you. And whatever, I don't ask, it's not like a talking point. I'm just saying, this is what I believe to be the truth, right? So it's not like I'm saying this for, oh, come help us, because no, this is what I believe to. Don't help us, man. Come on, don't help us. Don't do whatever. But this is the truth, man. So yes, Israel is in the forefront for the good and for the freedom, for democracies, right? We are the fighting here in the front, in the real front. You can say whatever, that's the truth. Oh, here, getting unfollowed. He literally would do anything for views. So spineless, right? So he can't even the president, the prime minister of Israel, he can't interview him, right? It's doing everything for views. Interviewing the prime minister of Israel. That's kind of, I don't even know how to do whatever. Here, this guy growing some balls. I mean, why is it not growing some balls? I mean, it's an interview of a prime minister. What's not? Whatever. I mean, these guys. He exposed himself, a weak man, spineless. They're talking about Patrick Beit David. He's a weak man. Oh, look at Abdul here. Abdul. Financial. Unsubscribe. This guy, honest, unsubscribed. I mean, they're so butthurt because he just interviewed the prime minister of Israel. Oh man, I mean, I'm sure that if he would have interviewed, let's say, the prime minister of Iran or Syria or a Hamas leader, even they would. Oh, interesting. But the prime minister of the one Jewish country in the world, that's too much for them. Unsubscribe, unbelievable. Just the hate. Not a single question on Gaza. Leveling of Gaza, starvation, occupation. Okay, let's break this down. I think he did ask about Gaza, but I'm not sure. Although I watched it, I don't remember. The civilian killings, I'll tell you, yeah, there are civilian killings, of course. But the ratio is the lowest in, I think, history of urban combat. And Israel does everything it can. It really does. I don't want to go into it, but it calls thousands and thousands of people to tell them to get out of the buildings. It throws flyers before it bombs. It evacuates people. It does everything, and actually, soldiers are risking their lives doing this because everything is booby trapped, and because civilians and Hamas are like almost the same thing, because Hamas is in the population, and they don't wear even uniform many times, and they hide in the civilian buildings and in the hospital and all everything, So yeah, there are civilian killings, but this Hamas does everything it can, so there'll be more Arab killings in Gaza, and Israel does the opposite, because also that is actually the propaganda war, because Hamas wants there to be more killings, so he can look at what Israel is doing, and we here in Israel, although we've been attacked and we're fighting for our survival, we don't want there to be civilian people die, because this will aid the anti-Israelis and the Hamas. And so that is okay. The leveling of Gaza. Oh yes. I don't 100%. Yes, a large portion of the Gaza Strip has been leveled. The buildings have been leveled. So has Dresden in World War II and and I really don't I don't have one thing bad to say about that. We are fighting against the evil that in some aspects it's worse than the Nazis. And don't want to get into it, but it is. So yeah, we leveled it. Deal with it. Deal with it. I mean, these same people, they didn't have a problem with what happened 7th of October. They actually, many people, and the same day or a day after, they already had all kinds of demonstrations against Israel. So I'm supposed to. No, I don't deny this. I don't deny this at all. I'm for the truth. Yes, a large portion of the Gaza Strip was leveled. I'm glad it was. Deal with it, motherfucker. Starvation, bullshit. Israel and other countries have brought into the Gaza Strip more aid than I don't know if any country has gotten so much aid, tons and tons, hundreds of trucks, and so there is no widespread starvation or systemic starvation in Gaza. Okay, there could be like um, like some places where there's not enough food, but this is like 99% because Hamas steals and does all this manipulation with and again, just use your brains if you want the truth. It's again a propaganda war. It's a war of opinion, and Hamas is actually winning this war. So it is for Hamas's interest to show their starvation, and for Israel's interest, it is there won't be any starvation. And actually, as in Israel, there has been a lot of criticism inside Israel. Why does Israel give Gaza all, even before the war too, but even now, water, free, everything's free. Water, electricity, food, gas, everything. Gaza has a border with Egypt, a Muslim country. They don't give them shit. But that these guys have been attacking us with missiles for 20 years and have murdered us and done everything and want to kill us. We supply them with everything for free. And even though we do that, all the world is still against us, and still. So as an Israel, I have to say I'm against what Israel is doing in terms of the supplies. I think that the logical thing was to cut off their electricity, their water, not to give them an ounce of food, and to tell the Gazans, you want to drink, you want to eat. You release the hostages, all the hostages now, and okay, that's what we were supposed to do. Instead, we did the opposite. But even though we did the opposite, the world is against us. So BS, I don't know what to tell. Occupation, that's crazy. That's totally crazy. Israel performed an ethnic cleansing of all Jews from the Gaza Strip 20 years ago. Because left Israelis, they want peace. They went to give everything for peace. So they tore the people from their homes. They dug up the Jewish graves 20 years ago. They took all the Jews out of the Gaza Strip and gave the Gazans their actual country. This is your place. You do it. And what did they do? They used most of the money, the millions and millions of dollars and euros and everything to build a force, to build under tunnel networks and blah blah blah. No occupation. What occupation are you talking about, man? It was Judenrein, the Gaza Strip. The Nazi Gaza Strip was there. Not a single Jew was allowed to live there for 20 years. What are you talking about occupation? I mean, this is delusional. This is like, again, as an Israeli Jew, no matter what we do, we're all the time to blame. No matter what we do, no matter how much blood is spilled, that's just, I mean, anyway, APAC, blah, blah, owns people, owns Patrick Bailey. Yeah, right. Because he interviewed the prime minister. APAC owns him. Um, Damage propaganda. They don't know what propaganda is. Propaganda is not just giving your opinion or stuff like that. Propaganda needs to have some sort of manipulation, some sort of blah, blah, blah. They can't show one thing that Netanyahu said that is factually incorrect or manipulative. They just throw this word, blah, blah. I don't know. What is, again, interview the criminals, okay? What a shame. Now, classify, again, propaganda. I think I actually gave the reply to this bullshit here. Do you know what propaganda actually means? Blah, 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 blah. Just go through every point he made and fact check it in the most unbiased and objective way, and good luck with that. That's all I want because, again, I told you I'm for truth. Uh, I don't try to manipulate, and I don't try to do anything like that. Okay, I have the bias. I'm saying I have a bias, but I'm still not gonna lie. Oh my goodness. What else, motherfuckers? Actual genocide. You don't know what you're talking about. Um, you can't have genocide if the population has grown and multiplied again and again. And you can't have genocide if Israel is doing its best not to hurt civilians, while Hamas is doing the opposite. It's just crazy. This comment section proves there is still hope in humanity, meaning all the anti-Israel, anti-Jewish, that is proof that there's hope for this guy. I mean, I don't know what, like, so I don't know these people, when I read, I don't know if they're just brainwashed or they're just full of hate and just, they, again, there's two, like, there's two options in my, like, you're either just you have a side, you hate Jews in Israel, and so you lie and you, whatever, or you just were brainwashed. You don't know the actual facts. So I always think in my mind, like, is it which group is this guy in? Is it just does he not know any better, or I don't know. So okay, propaganda, blah blah blah. Western journalists, I don't know about this. I don't know. Western journalists into Gaza, I don't know. I mean, most war zones aren't, you don't allow. But I don't know exactly about this. I can only say that the amount of propaganda and lies about Israel, even without entering Gaza. So I don't know, like, plus they have all kinds of Al Jazeera, all kind of bullshit propaganda uh, journalists already, but I don't know. Bro left his soul in Iran. What the? Here again, free. They want to free. This is the Arafat flag, right? The Arafat terrorist flag. They want to free what? I mean, there was never a Palestinian state. There was never any Palestinian nothing. There was never anything like that. There is no Palestinian people. There is nothing like that. I can tell you. There are Muslims that come from all kinds of either tribes or countries. There are Bedouin Muslims. There are all kinds of. It's all a lie. I'm telling you. Just think of it. If God forbid there wasn't any Israel, there wouldn't be no even talk about Palestinian state or whatever, because they would take Egypt will take this, Syria this, whatever, and that's it. Just also learn the history. What I'm talking about is based on the history and the UN partition, blah blah, and the what Jordan. I'm not gonna get into that. I know whatever. Oh, he sold his soul to the whatever, man. Man, this is okay. Let's go on to the next video. This is kind of the same here. Uh, um, woman. So Netanyahu killed 20,000 children. I don't know where they get. I mean, are they just taking the Gazan propaganda and just it's qualified as a quote, a factual quote? How are they getting? Why? I mean, why not? maybe Netanyahu killed 20 billion children. I don't know. It's the same. I don't know, like how you get to these numbers. It's crazy. Because I think even with Hamas propaganda, they say that's something like 60,000 killed all together in this past 2 years or something. So you're saying one third is children? That's, I mean, I know it's crazy. I think it's crazy, but you keep on, I don't know, your lives, whatever. Okay, yeah, I mean, but look at the amount of people. Look at that. I mean, just Jew hate, Israel hate, everybody's hating on it. Milk Boys. I mean the Nug Boys. Okay, the Nug Boys interview. Ah, look at this. He's a terrorist, murderer, fascist, anti-human supremacist, despicable, blah blah. He didn't listen to a word this guy said, right? I don't know, like I just can't. I mean, I don't understand how you can. And this is I don't know. So Milk Boys is the Nelk Boys. Okay, the Nelk Boys also had an interview with the Nelk Boys. Are kind of they do a lot of pranks and stuff like that. Nice. I don't know. Some of their content is nice. I guess it's okay. And I didn't watch this interview, but right on the start, I miss when YouTube used to show dislikes, right? Oh, but they know how many. It's 12,000 dislikes, they say. I don't know. Maybe it's more. I don't know. What? 172,000 dislikes? Man, I mean, it just sucks to be. I mean, it's just hard to be Israeli and to be a Jew. It is. And all the time, blah, 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 blah. Here, he says so many dislikes. Um, I didn't watch this interview, so I can't really say, but just far. Look at this guy. Wait, insane sellout. Everybody's a sellout when they try to give the side of Israel. This man is wanted by international courts. Why is he not arrested? Well, these international courts are very corrupt, and I think whatever it's called, America isn't a part of it because they try to gain power over countries and they're very corrupt. It's like the World Health Organization and the UN. A lot of CCP communist power and intervention, and also very large number of Muslim countries. So it's the Muslim Communist Alliance, and I don't see it as any form of just court or anything like that. Um, Israel is so desperate for positive PR. So I didn't send my prime minister. Nobody sent him. He's actually like Trump. Nobody sends Trump. Trump does his own thing, and so on Netanyahu. But okay, and yeah, desperate for positive PR. Yeah, I have to say. I mean, I don't know, desperate. I wouldn't use desperate, but man, I mean, we're like fighting. We're fighting for our lives here, and the amount of hate and lies and propaganda. I mean, this is. And look at this guy. Of course, he says it's like interviewing Hitler, right? The shit of the Germans, Nazi Hitler. Yeah, I mean, does he really think that? I mean, does he really believe that? I don't know, like how you could. I mean, it's also they use these comparisons. The way they do that, they compare the Jews to I mean, it's stomping on our deepest hurt. That's how they do it, right? Crazy comparison. Oh, okay, what? That's I don't know. I mean, people are. I just this world, man. And look at this. This is. I mean, these people. I, I bet if I met a bunch of them, they would never say this. I mean, because some of them, these aren't just like Muslim fanatics or stuff like that. If I would have, I guess Americans or whatever, if I met them in person, they would never say this. They would never say this. But I wish they would. If they really believe that, tell me that. Tell me to my face. Tell me. I mean, first of all, I would let you know how wrong you are. I would explain it to you um, politely, and also I would get you the fuck out of my face, because I don't want anything to do with people like that. Anyway, ah, suka. Um, okay, have an atomic bomb within a year. Okay, I mean, yeah, yeah, he has been saying that. I don't know within a year, but I mean, maybe he was, but okay, but also there's another thing. Israel did a lot of stuff to like the Stuxnet virus and all kinds of attacks inside Iran that actually delayed the atomic bomb. So the Iran nuclear program. So yeah, he has been fighting against this for many years. Whatever, man. So just look at it. I mean, it's just sad for me. It just war criminal, lies. I mean, I get when I see this, I just which lies exactly? I'm willing to go through every point. I didn't see this even, but please, let's have a debate. Every point he said, let's try to check it factually. It's not lies just Samia, whatever. It's not lies just because you wanted you don't want to believe it or because whatever. Okay. Okay. Kids are dying from hunger. False. False. Just false. I mean, it's sad for me because I'm sure that many. No, this is the Hamza, so this is just Islamist, I guess. So I mean, whatever you see what this is. So last video, um, which genocide are you talking about? Again, they throw out the worst thing. They take out the worst possible things like Nazis and they throw them out. But are you actually? I mean, for 2 years, which genocide? 2 years genocide. Uh, According to Hamas, 60,000 killed. According to Hamas, that's not exactly, and you understand that Israel, if it wanted to commit a genocide, there would be nothing left. What are you talking? What are you actually talking about? I mean, why? Uh, I mean, frankly, the comments are so open-minded. Okay, that's open-minded. This what I'm seeing is just one front, one. Not I don't know. I could call it Nazi front because this is just that's open-minded. That's open-minded to just automatically hate on this level. That's okay. Let's go on to the last one. These guys, trigonometry, are smart guys. They actually use logic and stuff like that. Stuff like that, reasoning. And I didn't watch this either, but I'm sure they ask poignant questions and really didn't just ask softball questions. And let's let's see, likes, schmikes. Let's see, 30,000. I don't know, 33. I don't know what that means. So, uh, stand-up comics. What? Oh, wait a second. These are stand-up comics. I don't know. So the guys who watch trigonometry, their followers here are more like more educated people compared to, for instance, the Nug Boys. So I'm hoping the comments will be a little less brainwashed. And yeah, I can see already the interview of Tommy Robinson seems like a turning point for journalism. Real questions without a glaring agenda. Yes, because trigonometry are smart guys. Uh, how is this interview any different than the Nut Boys? It's just hard questions. Oh, come on, man. When he starts using this language, I get it, man. No brains. Uh, take him up on the offer to go to Gaza, man. I mean, these actually people, they actually, what do you think? There are no tunnels? I mean, well, you don't even have to go there. See the footage. I mean, there is no denying. Um, what do you think? There's a vast tunnel network in Gaza. I mean, even Hamas, they have their own videos from inside those tunnels. I mean, but even this you don't. Okay, okay, some interesting comments here. Here, your commitment to rational, balanced journalism. Yes, so you see, that's what I thought because it's high level. Okay, this comment section is much better. Uh, Qatar, yes. Um, yes, interesting. Here you go. What? What do you want? Listen. Ah, okay. So even this, he didn't no questions. He answered directly. They cancel. Interesting. So this actually is, is positive and it gives me some hope. And like I said, these guys are very smart and use logic and everything. And I guess also their subscribers are on a higher level of thinking. And so anyway, I hope this video wasn't too boring, although I don't care so much because I don't get a lot of views anyway. Nobody, so whatever. And if you have any like rational to the point comments to make, uh, comments in good faith, meaning if you really have questions, if you really want to know, if you want to be to educate yourself, to get more facts, stuff like that, then I'll be glad to answer, to attempt to answer. Chill out. Peace from Israel.